Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. So for today's reading, I have 3 feathers for you to choose from. The first feather is a crow. Second feather is a cockatoo. And the third feather is a hawk. Sorry, I can't help but just stroke them. They're so beautiful. Alright, so just take a moment to choose your feather and I will see you in your reading. Welcome pile 1. If you chose the crow feather, then this will be your reading. So I couldn't decide what deck to use. I was just standing here and then I look up and I was like, the Crow Tarot. Of course it's the Crow Tarot. So this will be the deck that I'll be using today. Okay, so let's see. I feel like I'm picking up on, I think this is like a gift that you're giving to yourself. So the gift that you're giving yourself is that you're filling up your own cup. You're finding your own emotional fulfillment. And it looks like you're moving away from people who are competitive in nature, or deceptive, underhanded. And I feel like you're not relying on other people as much to fill your cup up for you. You're not expecting other people to, you're doing it for yourself. So it's like you're relying less on other people. And I don't feel like it's in like a needy way. I wonder if there's an element of like self-love, you know, like you potentially have looked for love in other people and now you look for love within yourself. Yeah. I got a visualization of like on your inside flowers growing, like flowers growing in your garden, you know, your internal space, which is really lovely. I do feel like this is like a completion of a cycle potentially that you've been on, where now you're not relying on other people, you're relying on yourself and you're filling your own cup. Like I keep looking at these 2 cards and then I'm like, I really don't even want to look at it. And I kind of feel like maybe that's how you feel, like you just like don't invest any time into this type of energy anymore. I also think that the gift that you're giving to yourself is like the ability to stand tall in yourself. Like there's a level of confidence, I guess, now that you're like looking within and filling up your own cup. You're feeling more confident within yourself. Like I get this feeling of like you're going to stand taller. Yeah, because like look at this crow here. He's like on top of his pentacle that he's like gifted himself. He's like, I did that for me. Like you should be proud. I feel like as time goes on, I think you'll realize how much you can really grow in your garden. you know, like it's almost like it's the beginning of like, you know, you've just planted seeds and you've just seen them starting to come up, and you're like admiring, you know, these beautiful flowers that you've grown yourself within yourself. And there's actually still like a lot more to come. I feel like there's more coming. I feel like you're gonna have like a whole forest of flowers, a whole field of flowers. You can bask in the beautifulness of them. That's so great. Anyway, part one, I think that's all for your reading. I hope that resonates with you, because that's really nice. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Welcome, pile 2. If you chose the cockatoo feather, then this will be your reading. So I will be using the Lightseers Tarot for your reading today. And I decided, wow, okay. I decided to shuffle the cards with you this time. Might fast forward so that you don't have to wait. Okay, so firstly, I feel like there must be some level of impatience because I was feeling very impatient, like I wanted to rush it. So I think that maybe this is how you could be feeling. Now, it could be to do with, I'm hearing there's a fire in your belly. I mean, there's a fire here, like where her third eye is, but I'm actually feeling like there's a fire in your belly. So potentially that's why you're feeling impatient. It's like you have the motivation or like a spark to like make some kind of progression, but there's an element of needing to be patient. Kind of feel like there's things that need to play out, maybe like endings of cycles or something. I also feel like this could potentially be like a year, maybe for some. I wouldn't say for everyone, but maybe for some there's a timing element of like a year. Maybe it's working through an old cycle or something. Maybe you're just needing to be a bit more patient until that cycle closes off. I think the cycle is to do with letting go of judgments. I feel like it's letting go of I feel like it's letting go of judgments of yourself and other people. Maybe like there's a element of expectations that you have. And I get the feeling that it emotionally affects you. There's like a level of surrender here of like not allowing things to emotionally consume you as much, letting go of that expectation, that judgment of how things are meant to be, I guess. Yeah, it's like releasing, letting go of letting go of like people and situations, not letting go of people, but just letting go of the feelings that it gives you. Like, makes me feel like it's an old pattern or cycle that you've potentially been going through that's I guess you're working through now because it's not serving you. No, but here she's walking away from this cup. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's like a level of emotional vulnerability that you're probably feeling right now, that you're working through, letting go of. So you might find you're actually more so affected by people and situations. Maybe you are getting up in your feels about it. I think there's like this cycle that needs to close out for you to, I guess, work through, like be able to start this. It's kind of like, it's like a passionate new beginning. It's kind of what it feels like. Creating more of an abundant life for yourself. Okay, yeah. So I think there also needs to be a level of shifting your mindset, which makes sense with, you know, releasing this type of judgments and expectations on things. So I feel like there's an element of, you know, energetically letting go of things, like perhaps in your body, in your mind, and actively changing your mindset. I feel like it's changing your mindset so that it can become a more permanent way of thinking for you. It's like stability. So it can provide a permanent stability for you. Yeah, to be more balanced. To be more balanced and grounded, and that makes sense with the King of Pentacles here too, because he's very grounded and abundant. So yeah, pile 2, I think that's all I have for you for today. I hope that resonates and gives you some kind of clarity that you're looking for. Feel free to leave a message in the comments or an emoji if you don't know what to say. That would really help. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this hawk feather, then this one's for you. I've decided to use an oracle deck for your reading. So we're using Oracle of the Mermaids. Okay, so when I was shuffling the cards and tapping into your energy, I felt the need to grab my Shiva Lingam crystal. And I feel like this is for balancing the masculine and feminine. So it might be beneficial for you to work with this crystal. Now, I also pulled Honor the Masculine. So I feel like for some of you, there's an element of balancing your feminine and masculine energies inside yourself. And I kind of get the feeling, I guess it'll be different for everyone. Some people maybe more in their masculine and needing to be more receptive and vulnerable, stepping into their feminine, and others it will be the other way around, which makes sense with the Shiva Lingam to work with it. For others of you, I actually feel like this is a love reading. I feel like you're going to have someone come in to your life that you're going to be very close with. And I think it's going to take a while. I don't think it's going to be quick. I think it's going to be something that's built over time. And I'm kind of getting like a solid foundation. But I do feel like it's going to be worth it if you allow yourself to be vulnerable and open your heart to this person. If you are looking for love, I guess, and this is what resonates for you, I kind of feel like you are in a feminine energy. You know, you're sitting in your, so you may resonate as being a feminine, and you're actually embodying more of a feminine energy, which I think is what is bringing this masculine into your life. Yeah, I feel like there's like a level of vulnerability that you've allowed yourself to feel, and you're sitting in this receptive energy. To me, this feels really beautiful and like warming. I actually kind of feel like you could potentially be somewhere on this timeline of needing to balance your masculine and feminine. Like maybe you're too much in your masculine and you need to step into your feminine, which, working with the Shiva Lingam will help with that. But others of you, potentially you've already done that work and you are already in your feminine energy. And so there is a person coming in or who has come in. I feel like for most of you, they haven't come in yet, but they could have come in and maybe you're just questioning it. And I feel like this is definitely a sign. Like it feels like it's very healing and very balanced. It's like the yin and the yang aspect is very balanced in this relationship, and there will be a lot of growth to continue throughout the relationship. I feel like you'll both help each other to grow. So I do feel like this is mostly a love reading. So I guess if you're not looking for love or you're not asking about someone, then this probably isn't your reading. So you're welcome to go and pick another pile or maybe choose another reading for you. But yeah, this definitely does feel like a love reading, and I feel like there is an element of needing to balance the masculine and feminine. I kind of feel like pulling another card. I'm going to pull another card from the Nova Witch Tarot. Straight away. I had to work for that. Judgment. Okay, so I've just put this Judgment card over the top of the vulnerability. So I wonder whether there's also like an element of letting go of judgments. Yeah, I feel like it's like that expectation and judgments that we have on ourselves and other people that kind of stop us from being vulnerable. I guess that does make sense. So maybe you've been working through this process, or you're needing to work through this process depending where you are on the timeline, and it will allow you to embody more of this vulnerable, sorry, just fixing my cards up. Can't even see them. Okay. There we go. Is that better? That's probably for someone who likes things nice and clean. Okay, yeah. So I do feel like you're letting go of judgments. I kind of feel like it could be judgments on yourself. You know, maybe you're critical of yourself. I actually kind of feel like maybe it's a judgment you have on other people. Like maybe you have a specific type of person that you go for, or, you know, you care about certain things, and maybe this is like not needed. Like maybe it will hinder the progress of somebody coming in for you. I do feel like that, you know, if you're judging yourself and you're critical of yourself, or you have high expectations, or, you know, whatever it is that you do, it would be more beneficial for you to have more compassion for yourself so that you can be more vulnerable. Now, if it's in regard to judging other people and having expectations of, you know, maybe what this person should look like or be like, or, you know, how much money they should have, or, you know, whatever that is, then you're probably not going to be open to this person coming in, because I don't think it's going to look the way that you're expecting it to look. You know, I don't think they're going to be what you're expecting them to be, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think maybe there's an element of needing to loosen your expectations so that what's right for you can come in. It makes me feel like, you know, like our ego kind of tells us what we want and what's best for us, like we know better, but really, I guess the Most High would know better than us. We kind of just need to surrender to the process sometimes, and then we can really receive what's really going to be the most fulfilling for us. And it usually doesn't look the way that we think that it should look. And with this card here, it really makes me feel like it's going to be quite passionate on all levels. Like she's touching his head here, and it makes me feel like there's going to be like a lot of, you know, deep conversations. Not just physical, but mental passion, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, pile 3, I think that is all. I hope that is helpful for you. Let me know in the comments, and if you do have a Shiva Lingam, maybe carry it on you for like the next week or so. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.